King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Indeed, indeed. Oh man, here we are again. We back at it again. Back like we never left. Welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host. Oops, great. Oh, why my picture looks so bright? I'm so dark. Hold on, let me get y'all together real quick. I look a little dark up in this joint. Look a little dark up in here. Let's get a little light. Let there be light. There we go. A little bit of light. A little bit of light. Here we go. Oh man, I appreciate y'all pulling up for another smoke break while we talk about this hip hop thing. Why my light look light, wrong color, all type of things, man. I don't know. No, I don't need to we'll do that. Oh, another hip hop conversation. This is gonna be a good one because this is what we've been waiting on. We finally about to get what we've been waiting on, y'all. We finally about to get what we've been waiting on. Drake out here clowning, looking like a full-blown Karen. I feel like that's almost disrespectful to Karens. But let's get to this content. Shout out to the VILL, man. Before I even throw it on the screen, shout out to the VILL for putting us on game, man. Because y'all know I feel funny about this paperwork thing. Growing up in the hood or in the city or whatever. Because I know some people take offense to the being called the hood, but one of the things you taught is we don't do paperwork, all this legal stuff. Like we just don't play with it. So I try to find somebody that's willing to do it. And the VILL, his deep dives in the paperwork be fire and they be accurate. So we're gonna check out the VILL because he gonna give us what we need, man. He gonna give us what we need, and I'm gonna expound on it from there. Let me throw the ears on. If you can like, comment, subscribe to help me take care of the YouTube police, that'd be awesome. That way while we smoking like we about to do, like we always do, drinking like we do from time to time. We ain't had a drinking night in a while, but I'm about to get back on that. But primarily, while we talk our ish about this hip hop, YouTube won't be in our business. Same thing with, you kicking at the house. You don't want them in your business. We don't want them in our business right now. But let's get to this paperwork. That light bright, though. I don't need it right now. Light is bright. I don't need that light right now. Let me get this all the way together. Here we go. Like I said, this is courtesy of the VILL. Let's check it out. Now, I did speed it up a little bit because I didn't want to make the video too long, but let's go.
This update in the UMG lawsuit is crazy. Now, we had read a little bit of the updates that they gave us about the subpoena for Mr. Kaplan, but it looks like this is even more intense than that because now UMG claims that what they have in their possession is going to be able to help in their defense. Going based off of Rule 26A1A, they are claiming that based upon the information now reasonably available to UMG states that it has in its possession, custody, or control the following categories of documents that it may use to support its defenses, unless the use will be solely for impeachment. And this is the information that UMG claims that they have that they will use in their defense. And this is where it starts to get good. First bullet says that the contracts and agreements between UMG and Drake and documents concerning UMG's contractual relationship with Drake. So they're going to pull Drake's contract. UMG has access to Drake's contract, obviously, and now they're going to...
That's the first thing I was wondering about. We having these conversations about pulling up Kendrick's contract. It's two parties. The main thing I've been waiting on, when we about to pull up Drake's contract. If we gonna talk about who around Kendrick and his affiliates, when we gonna talk about who's around Drake and his affiliates? Something my old lady like to phrase she like to use a lot. I don't like it, but it's accurate. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Gotta be an old head to know what that is. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Let's get back to this paperwork.
going to show Drake's contract in court. The other recording in Drake and Lamar's rap feud, and documents concerning the distribution, marketing, and promotion of the recording in the feud. Of the other recordings in the feud. So they're going to talk about all the other songs that were mentioned in the beef. One of the biggest conversations about this was Taylor Made Freestyle and how Drake's lawyers were trying to make Not Like Us its individual thing when the judge was saying that they had to get context and they have to talk about every single song in the battle. So bringing up documents and information about the other records, I believe this is the reason why they're doing that. The petition entitled Art on Trial, Protect Black Art, appended as Exhibit A to UMG's request for judicial notice in support of its motion to dismiss. Now, this Art on Trial that they're talking about is a petition and public campaign a few years ago, if I'm correct, by music industry leaders, including executives at Warner Records and Atlantic Records, as well as artists and advocacy groups. The petition argues against the use of rap lyrics and other forms of artistic expression as evidence of criminal prosecution. So they are bringing up Art on Trial, Protect Black Art, so that way they could argue using rap lyrics in court, which I think is a very smart move considering that this is what we're doing. But we'll see how this goes, because from what we know, they've been using rap lyrics a lot up until this point. The other bullet, other recordings by Drake and documents concerning the same, including but not limited to those appended as Exhibit B, C, and Z to UMG. News reports and documents concerning Drake's relationship with and behavior around minors, the criminal charges and conviction of Baka Not Nice, and the rap feud between Drake and Lamar, including but not limited to the documents appended in Exhibits N through X to UMG's RJN. So now they've officially done it. Now they are going to check into Drake and his suspicious activity with youngins, bro. This is insane. Now, from the recent document that was updated yesterday, this is one of the documents that was there. However, it wasn't available to the public just yet. Everybody is going to react to this so crazy because now it's UMG officially saying that in their defense, they are now going to show news reports and documents concerning Drake's relationship with youngins, bro. And this is the...
Hey, y'all ain't been wondering when this was coming? Y'all ain't been wondering when this was coming? Think about those of us who paid some sort of attention to this. We've all seen the Millie Bobby Brown interview where she admitted they exchanged texts and at weird times of the day. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? What, bro, man? I don't text my daughter late night. What we talking about here? We all seen the footage of the overly uncomfortable massage on stage with the little youngin. The comments he made. Why you look so... I'm not about to repeat that. I'm not about to repeat that. I got a daughter. I can't do it. I can't do it. None of this stuff, this cringy activity, should go unlooked at whatsoever. Because if you take each piece, it starts to create a history. Let's get back to this paperwork. Ooh.
Craziest part about everything, because not only are they looking into that, they're also bringing up the criminal charges belonging to Baka Not Nice. Why is he still around? The whole reason why this might be a big argument is because when Kendrick Lamar says certified lover boy, certified PDFs, he could just be referring to Baka. You do have him in your group. He is still someone in your inner circle. Why is he still around? You guys call yourself certified lover boys, but one of y'all has a bad criminal history. Now they're looking into Drake's relationships and behaviors with youngins at the same time. It only makes me believe that Drake had put himself in this position where now his own label has to go at him this way. I think Drake brought this on himself. This is an outcome of how he has been acting and what he's been requesting in court. The affirmation of David Kafer appended in Exhibit Y to UMG's RJN. The disclosure of such records may be limited by applicable foreign privacy or data transfer rules. If and as discovery progresses and as otherwise appropriate, UMG reserves the right to supplement, amend, or otherwise modify these categories of documents. UMG also reserves the right to rely upon documents, electronically stored information, and tangible things in the possession, custody, and control of plaintiffs and or non-parties. This is the biggest takeaway also, as well as Drake's contract. They're going to go over Drake's contract in court, and UMG has all the information about Drake's contract. Will they redact some of the things? Possibly some of the things that they have to redact, that they have to keep private. But I'm sure they're going to point out a lot of things from Drake's contract that they want to mention in court. But I think the biggest takeaway is how they're going to look into Drake's relationship, his history and behavior with minors, as well as Baka's criminal history. This is going to definitely change the momentum in this case.
This is the main point. This is the main part I wanted to get to. I'll wrap it up with this. We ain't gonna make this too long. I made a video not too long ago to encapsulate it, more or less, it was about the company that people keep. Whether it's me, you, in your everyday life, Drake, Kendrick, it don't matter. This stands tall for all of us. You are the company that you keep. It's a reason I kept saying that. When your closest friends are people like Johnny Manziel, burnout since college, in my opinion. Yo 100 man, Baka not nice. Top 5. You are the company that you keep. Here's the crazy thing. Look at it the other way. Kendrick Lamar, the man who can barely be seen until recently. All we hear is he's really reclusive. He's to himself. His circle is small. It ain't changed. Like his right hand man, Dave Free. Right hand man. A businessman. A businessman. You know what I'm saying? That's his right hand man. You are the company that you keep. You can't shake that. Because I can't shake it. Because you can't shake it. Now, I know it's some of you out there that's going to be like, hey, man, somebody who grew up in the hood, what you trying to say about people who got criminal history or this, that, and the third? Look, I'm cool to this day with cats I grew up with from the exact same hood I grew up in back in... I moved there. We talking about from 88 to I lived all the way most of my life. I mean, I don't live in the hood, but I don't avoid it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still cool with them. They hit me all the time. I pull up, chop it up with them from time to time, but it's a mutual understanding that the lifestyle that they live ain't the lifestyle that I live, and we could respect that fact as men, not judging each other, any of that. If I needed something, hey bro, whoop, they got me. They need something, whoop, hey man, I got it. You know what I'm saying? We watch this happen with a lot of athletes too. Not knowing who to keep around, not knowing what bonds to keep and which ones to let go. I think Pusha T did an interview talking about that. To wrap all this up though, like I said, it was good for the goose, good for the gander. So in the unlikely event that Kendrick is forced to come off of sensitive information that me and you all seem to agree ain't got no business in this, then Drake should have to go through that same uncomfortability. So whatever messages between him and Millie Bobby Brown, all of it, we need that. We need that. Whenever that boat that you like to throw your parties on was reserved or whatever, we need to know when it was, who was on the boat. I mean, guest list for every event you had. Specifically the women. Specifically the ages. If we want to make this thing get uncomfortable, let's make it get uncomfortable on both sides. It should be neither. It should be neither. Take your whooping and move on, man. But this is where you decided to put it. let's really see the company that Drake keeps. Because I suspect it'll raise more questions than answers. Tell me if I'm tripping. Tell me if I'm tripping. I'm on my ones with this one. Look. I'm telling you, Kendrick Lamar laid out this entire lawsuit. If you take it there, we take it further. Something you don't want to do. It's time to take it further, because clearly he's okay taking it further. You can't be scared. You can't get scared to fight when you clearly are in a fight. And clearly Drake wants a legal fight. This is a legal fight. Sad though. Definitely fucking sad, bro. But I'm Oops Great. This is Kush Equilibrium. I appreciate y'all pulling up for another smoke break while we talk about this. We're not really hip hop thing, but it affects it. Like, comment, subscribe, like always. Helps to take care of YouTube police. You know what I'm saying? Keep them out of our business while we smoking. Cause I might have to put this out because I messed around and mixed some things together. And look, it's the reason this video is 18 minutes and not 25, 30 minutes like we normally be on. But I appreciate y'all, and let me get this over with.